We are here today to talk about Railroad University. We'll talk about our undergrad programs, the bachelor option that you have with us, and how to transfer your credits. And as we go, let me do a poll with some of you. You should see a poll now asking you, Railroad, we have a castle on campus, as you can see here on the picture. Would you know its name? I'll give you just a few seconds here. Oh my God, people were quick. Hatley Castle, Craigdarroch Castle, Casaloma. Which of the castle is here? We have a few votes for Casaloma, more votes for Hatley Castle, a few votes for Craigdarroch. So yeah, this is Hatley Castle. I'll just end the poll here. Thank you so much. Hatley Castle is on campus and we'll talk about it in a few minutes. So I invite you today to be with us, really maybe not multitask too much, be here, ask questions, listen to the presentation. And I invite you to maybe just take a second to think now, what do you want for your future? Do you want to go to school just to go to school, or you want to transfer your life and the world that we live in? Because here at Railroad University, our mission is having the courage to transform the world. So what does that mean for you? I invite you to reflect on that. We will walk you through our programs today and the admission process. And again, feel free to ask questions in the chat. Let's acknowledge the land that we live on. So here at Railroad University, we live, work, play, learn on the Casupson and Lekwungen ancestor and families land, known as the Esquimalt and Songhe nations. So maybe you take a minute to reflect on the land that you're on. If you know the land, the traditional land's name, please enter them in the chat. If you don't, just maybe learn more on internet or ask around your friends and colleagues to know about it. And today, I don't know if you can see, but I have a shirt, orange shirt, that was designed here by Clarence Butch Dick from the Lekwungen Songhe Nation, and Butch is part of the Huron People Circle. So I feel really privileged to be able to wear that design. So here we are today. That's us, the student recruitment team. Most of us, we understand your path. We know where you are because we have been there or we are there. So we have on the corner left, Selena, that is just about to cross the stage for convocation. We have convocation coming up next week on campus, and she will graduate from the Master in Global Leadership. On the second in the middle there, we have Emara that graduated from the Graduate Certificate in Professional Communication. And on the top right, we have Andrea that graduated from the Master in Global Management. And myself, Nancy, I am doing the Master in Climate Action Leadership right now. And I will pass it over to Emara.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Nancy. And hello, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today. So I'm going to be speaking a bit more about who and where we are. So as Nancy mentioned earlier, we're located in Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, and we are on Vancouver Island. So it's a beautiful place to walk around. We have a really mild climate. It's about 6 degrees in the winter, around 20, 25 degrees Celsius. In the summer, you can go for hikes and walks and explore our downtown, bustling downtown city where there's lots of places to go out for food, and it's a beautiful place to live. And on the top right there, as you noticed with our poll earlier, that is Hatley Castle. So you might even recognize Hatley Castle from movies such as X-Men and Deadpool, which is really neat. So it's actually been featured in a lot of movies. And the castle is beautiful. And if you're standing at the castle and you're looking out, you overlook this beautiful migratory bird sanctuary called Esquimalt Lagoon. And in the bottom left there, you'll see a picture of some students outside learning. So we're really big on hands-on interactive learning. So we have definitely had some classes that you're outside and learning in the environment. And as you can see in the bottom right image, we are an Ashoka U Changemaker campus. So what that means is that we are recognized with the designation of Ashoka U, and it really means that we've embedded social innovation and as one of our core values in our university. And at Royal Roads, we have designed our programs to fit your life. So what that means is we have some different delivery options. We have online delivery, we have blended delivery, and we have on-campus delivery. So I'm going to talk a bit more about what that means. So online is you're learning online, and you'll have the option to participate in live, real-time sessions, as well as learning on your own schedule. So this is great if you are working full-time or you're not able to come to campus to learn. So we also have something called blended, and blended is a combination of online learning as well as some on-campus delivery. So that means that most of the program you'll be learning online, but then you'll be coming to campus, depending on the program, between 1 and 3 times for anywhere from a week to 2 weeks for an immersive on-campus residency where you're just learning all day and meeting the people that you're in the program with. And then we also have the on-campus learning. So that means you're coming to campus. These programs can usually take 1 to 2 years to complete, and you are on campus going to classes and interacting on a regular basis with your classmates. And those are our 3 options. And we have more information on our website, I should mention too, if you really want to dive into which programs are online, blended, or on campus. And who comes to Royal Roads? So we get that question a lot, like, will I fit in? I haven't been to school for 15 years. I've done part of a diploma, but I'm ready to go back and get my undergraduate degree. We get questions like that all the time. And I just want to assure you that we have people of all ages coming to our school and to our program. So here we just had some examples of only a few snapshots of some potential students that come to Royal Roads. So we have Marie, who's 22 years old. She completed her college diploma and she's looking to complete her degree. Or we have Brian, who's 38 years old and he lives in Toronto and he has a diploma, but then he wants to come in and finish his degree and do an undergraduate degree. And it's really neat, like Laura, she's 25, and you'll notice if you come to any of our sessions, the age range is incredible. The experience of people coming is incredible. We have people from all over the world coming to our program. So I really want to stress to feel welcome in our programs because we make them accessible to all.
So here at Royal Roads, we have 5 areas of exploration for our undergraduate students. We have programs focusing on business, tourism and hospitality, environment and sustainability, humanitarian studies, and communication and culture. And I believe Nancy might have a poll for us. Yes, we do. We're going to be able to gauge what programs are you interested in learning more about today. So in a few seconds here, you should see this poll. So our poll asks, which of our programs is of interest to you? So we have our BAs in Global Tourism Management, International Hotel Management, our BA in Justice Studies, BA in Professional Communication, both our BA and BSc in Environmental Practice, BA in Innovation and Sustainability, so our Business Administration program, our Bachelor of Commerce, and our Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science. Looking at this poll, we have folks here today interested in almost all of our programs, which is wonderful because what we're about to do is give you some high-level information about each of these programs to give you an idea of what might be the best fit for you. And then we're always happy to continue the conversation and dig a little deeper in that program and how the program outcomes could apply to you and your plans for your future. So why don't we head to the next slide? And I'm just going to kick us off by talking about our Bachelor of Arts in Justice Studies. So our Bachelor of Art in Justice Studies is such an exciting program. I'll note that if you're joining us from some of our partner institutions, you might be coming from programs labeled as criminal justice. Here at Royal Roads, it was important to us to make sure that this program was labeled as Justice Studies, because it was important that not only are we looking at justice studies from the lens of criminal justice, but that we're actually exploring this program through 4 main pillars, where we're looking at justice through the lens of law, philosophy, human service skills, and social science. And through those pillars, we're exploring the underpinnings of existing systems, Indigenous rights perspectives, global contexts, and the institutions and processes of legal systems, including things like dispute resolution. We offer this program both in our on-campus and blended formats. So you can join us for a very busy 1 year on our beautiful space, or beam in online and then join us for some equally beautiful but a little bit shorter times on campus. And our program will begin August 29th for those folks who want to learn more.
Thank you so much. So interesting. Thank you. And we continue with the Bachelor in Global Tourism Management. So as most of you should maybe know, there's an important need for professionals in this field right now. So many people felt the effect of COVID on their career and decided to go back to school to get maybe a manager position or to change career. So the graduates now from the program hire our students. This is something we will hear a lot of times. So tourism and hospitality are fun studies, and you do a lot of real world learning, which means you participate in events locally or maybe internationally. You work with local attraction, you do trips around the island and abroad if you decide to. And there's a new option to complete your degree in 16 months, which is very trendy. There's a lot of job opportunities in Victoria. So if you're coming from abroad and you can work and study in Victoria, that's totally doable. And the next intake will start September 6th. Another popular program for the Tourism and Hospitality Management School is the Bachelor in International Hotel Management. And this is a great program for people who want to gain international experience. There are several work opportunities in this field, and sometimes you will have classes with the other program and you will do school trip together. I believe in a few months, some of the students will go at French Beach here on the island to do a camping trip and really organize it and meet with some partners over there. So that's pretty exciting. The program head of this program mention a lot that people that takes the program, even when they graduate, they do their internship and then they graduate, they become very easily and quickly in a management position if they want to, which is exciting. So the cohort is diverse, as you can read here, which bring fascinating conversation into the classroom and in the project that you will work on.
And I'll jump in to talk about BCom. So that's the Bachelor of Commerce and Entrepreneurial Management. So this program is for the problem solvers, the trailblazers, and the difference makers. This is a 24-month blended program. So that means a combination of online learning and then 3 on-campus residencies. So it's perfect if you are working and you're still wanting to go to school and get your BCom. The neat thing about this program is there's just a bunch of different applied challenges and experiences that you get to work on hands-on. So whether it's testing ideas for different organizations, managing projects, or even running a venture, you get to try this out in a safe and supportive classroom, which is always a great way to try it out. And you'll develop entrepreneurial skills as well as business skills. And this will make you invaluable whether you want to start your own venture or you want to take those entrepreneurial skills and bring them into the organization that you want to work for. And our graduates find themselves in fields as diverse as technology and digital services, financial services, working in not-for-profits, public and social services, different industries. It's really a flexible and great degree. And we also have another business degree at the undergraduate level. So this is the Bachelor of Business Administration and Sustainability. In Innovation and Sustainability. It's a long name, and it is important that we have innovation and sustainability in the title because there is a lot of focus in this program on doing business that is good for all. So good for the environment, good for the community, and good for society. So kind of a win-win-win. And the BBA is a 16-month on-campus degree completion program, and you'll get your BBA degree at the end of it. And this BBA is all about project-based learning. So you're working on teams with your classmates. You're going to use the skills and knowledge that you're learning in the classroom and you're going to use it to support the work of organizations and businesses, which are actually your clients. So you're getting that real hands-on experience while you're in a classroom with the support of faculty in the course. And I really wanted to highlight some cool projects. Some of the BAA students have worked on projects like developing a plan to re-engineer an organization's operations to reduce inefficiency and carbon footprint. Like, that's really cool. They're doing this in the program, as well as creating a stakeholder engagement strategy for new product and product development and a launch, and developing customer service solutions based on research. These are just a few of the projects our students have worked on, which is really, really cool to see. And now, moving away from our undergraduate business programs, we also have a Bachelor of Arts in Professional Communication. So this program is offered as either an immersive on-campus program for 12 months or a 24 months blended program. So that's a combination of online learning and two-week residencies. And in this degree completion program, you'll get to learn the art of persuasion through writing and public relations, journalism, and digital communications. And you'll get to learn this all within the framework of media and cultural studies. I definitely recommend having a look at the courses for this program. There's some really cool ones that you get to take. And as a graduate, you'll have an education that kind of balances that classroom learning. And many of our grads work in fields like advertising, broadcasting, business, communications, government, politics, and public relations.
Thank you, Imara. Wow, I'm getting excited. I just want to learn more about all those programs now. And I hope everybody in the room is the same. So feel free to ask any question in the chat, or we'll answer them at the end as well. So now we're moving to the School of Environment and Sustainability. So we have the Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science, as you can read here. So what we hear from the student in this program is a great mix of a lab and other disciplines. So you spend time in our new lab here, just around the corner where I am today, giving you the experience of the laboratory practice, as well as the foundation of environmental science with chemistry, hydrology, ecotoxicology, and ecology. So you will be cross-trained with other disciplines such as social sciences and humanities. So the option that is fully on campus is interesting for those who want to experience living and studying in Victoria, or what we call the West Coast vibe. And some projects involve being here on campus at the Esquimalt Lagoon that Imara introduced us to a bit earlier. So the student will go there and do some water samples, for example. So because we have so much land on campus, you can really be outside and enjoy. Another program in this school is called the Bachelor of Science or the Bachelor of Art in Environmental Practice. And this is the most flexible program we offer here. You decide the two streams, if you want art or science, and you have some classes that are in commons. And the courses in those programs are humanities-based, which means you have classes in communication, environmental health and safety, management, global issues, law, policy, governance, and administration, as well as project management and sustainable community development. So you really touch on a lot of things. Some people will kind of power it through in 2.5 years. Some people will take more time and do it in 7 years. A cool fact I find about this program, both of them, is that when you complete the programs, you will have fulfilled the academic requirement for what we call environmental professional certification through EcoCanada, which is one of our partners, and it's a very renowned network. So this is super cool that when you graduate, you're part of that network already. And to end with all our programs, we have 9 bachelors in total. So the Bachelor in Interdisciplinary Studies, personally, this is what I've done in Quebec many, many years ago. So this is cool because you create your own program. The team at the School of what we call the College of Interdisciplinary Studies is very helpful and will work with you to create your program. So it's based on your past experiences and where you want to go in the future. Someone from Railroad will work with you to build a plan and select the courses. You are pretty independent in this program, but you can have some teamwork depending on the courses that you will select. Many graduates will mentioned that developing great connection with other students and the instructor, they were highlight of the programs. And isn't it fun to be able to connect communication with justice and sustainability, for example? So it's almost unlimited. And this is the BA, and the duration will depend because it depends on which streams you decide to do. And I will pass it over to Selena to hear more about the university itself.
Thanks, Nancy and Umera. We have given you just a quick peek into the different programs we have here at Royal Roads, and we wanted to give you an equally quick peek at the university itself. So we are so proud that we are different by design. You may have noticed that many of the programs that we've spoken about today are what we call degree completion. So that's why we're bringing you to Royal Roads to complete your years 3 and 4 of an undergraduate degree. Our on-campus programs get particularly busy because we're able to combine years 3 and 4 into a 12-month experience on campus. Royal Roads began as a university for working professionals, and what that did was bring a diversity in the types of students we saw in our classrooms, on our campus, and online. So in any of our programs, you'll find very quickly that you'll have folks who are very similar to you and then very different, folks who have perspectives that echo yours, and folks that might have perspectives that challenge them as well. That said, all of our students, what they share is a common goal for wanting to experience and create opportunity in this world, to create influence and to make an impact. Many of our learners are learning while working, particularly in our graduate level programs. Again, coming back to those roots as a university for working professionals, we made sure that our delivery models, whether they be the blended option, fully online or fully on campus, meet the needs of those who are learning with us. So whether you are working full-time or you're going to take a break to join us in an intensive program, we are here for you and supporting your needs. What's really special about Royal Roads is you'll find that we're not all about, listening to a lecture, furious note-taking, but instead we are here to, of course, engage in theory and hypothetical learning. Where we really shine is that real-time application. Our students are bringing opportunities and challenges from their workplace into our classroom. So we're doing real-world problem solving in real time. And we're going to head to the next slide to just talk a little bit about why that matters to us. Why does learning matter to us here at Royal Roads? Well, you'll notice that at Royal Roads, our learning isn't simply to have you know more, but have you be equipped to do more, to be more, to change the world through the education you learn here at Royal Roads, coupled with your own excitement and ability to create impactful change in the world that we live in today. That's why you'll find that our classrooms are staffed with what we call scholar practitioners. So folks who are not only academic experts in the world, but who are also still out in the world putting into practice the change that you see in our classrooms, because we want to make sure our students are receiving an education that is applicable and that you are getting the most experiential exposure within our classrooms. So that comes back to our industry experience faculty. And because they themselves are practitioners, you'll find almost every faculty member on our campus say that not only are they in the classrooms encouraging the learners to learn and lead, but our students are always impacting our professors, teaching them how to better lead and learn in their spaces. So it is not a sage on the stage mentality here at Royal Roads. Your faculty become integrated into the cohort and part of the learning experience. And that's why when you leave Royal Roads, you will feel competent and confident to take the skills you've learned out into the world. And as you may have noticed from the programs that we've shared, we have a very entrepreneurial spirit and a focus on sustainability that transcends all of our programs here at Royal Roads and tends to transcend the interests of all of our students as well. So coming back to the programs themselves, I want to share that here at Railroads, we keep our class sizes to about a medium capacity. So depending on the program or the course, as they specialize, your classes can be quite cozy and you'll have an experience of 10 learners. Though when you're at the start of some of our graduate programs or undergraduate experiences, you might find classrooms with closer to 40 or 50 people. We do our best not to max out that number, and we actually have a commitment to not maxing out those numbers because we want to make sure that the level of dedication you can get from your faculty and staff stays consistent and stays high quality. As I'm sure you've noticed already, our learning and therefore our degrees are applied programs. In these applied programs, you can get to experience a ton of teamwork, a ton of engaging in real world issues. Another beautiful strength of our university, and something that I got to talk about, but then experience in real time in my program, was that your learning, of course, will inform the life you lead as you're in our program and beyond, but your life is informing the type of learning that's happening in our classrooms. So for example, the COVID-19 pandemic, not only simultaneously are we supporting our students through continuing their education at a high caliber level throughout the pandemic, but the pandemic was an example of how things can go. We can face some unexpected and extraordinary things happening in our world. And how do we use those as examples and moments for learning in our classrooms as well? As Nancy shared, some of our programs have some really exciting out of the classroom learning. So whether that's through our environment and science programs, where you're going out into the field, out on the water, our Bachelor of Arts and Justice Studies, where you are taking classes that are held in correctional facilities and learning alongside inmates who are also interested in learning more about the justice system. Or as Emira mentioned, through our design learning, our design thinking challenges through our School of Business, your opportunities to learn in the classroom are great, but outside the classroom, even greater. And then with that comes opportunities for international exchange, career development. So here at Railroads, we have such a comprehensive suite of teams here to support you from the early journey to in the classroom, and as you move outside the classroom towards convocation as well.
Thank you, Selena. So what is a transfer agreement? So transfer agreements allows Royal Roads to recognize your qualifications from our college partners to create a small pathway or a smooth transition to Royal Roads. Basically, we're pre-approving the transfer credits between your institution and making sure that you meet all the requirements that our programs need. So our transfer agreements are, as I said, with Canadian institutions, but we also have some transfer agreements with institutions abroad. Maybe you are looking currently at our transfer agreement or the transfer agreement in your college, and you might see that your program is not listed there. But that is not a program. If you see that the program that you are in currently, and maybe today you spike different conversation, maybe you are looking into a different program, please connect with us, because through our flexible admissions and many other processes, you might be eligible to transfer all your credits into our undergrad degree. And here is the picture of Mark. He's our partnerships coordinator. So he's the person behind the scenes making all these pathways possible. So take the next step. Choosing a university is a big decision, and we want to be there to help you through that process. So there is two ways that you connect with our enrollment team. The first one is through the enrollment advisors, and we have the phone number as well, their email, that is learn.more@royalroads.ca. That email will be a great email for people to connect that are Canadian citizens. They're right now through, they have a refugee status or they're permanent resident. If you are an international student, I highly encourage you to connect with learn.more international@royalroads.ca. That team has expertise and they will help you to navigate how to move forward and what is next in your application process. if you want to start the conversation right now, just take a picture to that QR code and we will be able to connect with you. There is many other ways that you can learn more about Royal Roads. One is through our website, join us in social media, but also in our YouTube channel. You will find videos from previous webinars that we did for a specific program. So if you want to learn more about the BBA program, the BA in Justice Studies, communication program, we have webinars with our faculty explaining in more detail what are the outcomes of those courses, those programs, and what you can, where you can take your career next after you complete one of those courses. Financial aid. This is a great question, and we get this question asked when we are traveling, when we are connecting with people in that face-to-face environments or through webinars. So there are different options available for you depending on the program that you are taking, if you are doing it fully on campus or blended, which province you are coming to take the program. So there is loans, awards, research scholarships, and other funding available for you. And just to give you an example, one of the awards that we have, they're called Royal Roads Entrance Award or Bursary, and it can be anywhere from $2,000 to $10,000. So if you have any questions about funding, please connect with our experts or visit our website where you can find more details about it. And that, I think, is the last slide about more information about Royal Roads. But I saw a few questions coming into the chat box, and I believe we have covered most of the questions by now. One of the most common questions for people is like, should I choose the on-campus or the blended option? Like, how do you know what is the best fit for you? So on-campus, as my colleagues share, is a very immersed program. You will be able to complete very quickly your program either in 12 months or 16 months, fully immerse and complete that 3rd and 4th years or your program. Or if you choose the blended option that is available for some of the programs, it will give you that opportunity to stay maybe at home, if at home maybe it's Toronto and you're already working and your family is there. So you will be able to continue with your current life at the same time as you complete the program. So we have many, many options that will fit your life, and we're here to connect with you. So we have a question, what are the fees and that we need to pay per year? So tuition is listed in our website, and we can share that link with you, and we will make sure that when we send a follow-up email, everybody can access that tuition information. Depending on the program, the cost is slightly different, so please check out the website. And we pay the program once you become a Royal student and you sign up for the program. We have a payment schedule that will be suited depending if you are doing a blended model versus on-campus program. So basically, I think you are going to be paying by quarters. So before you start the next quarter or the next course, you will be paying that way your tuition. Once you register as a student, you will need to have a deposit. But as I said, all that information and more details is you can find it in that link that we just shared on the chat box. And we will make sure everybody that is watching this link later will have access to it.
Thank you so much. I think the only other question that I got was if someone wants to connect with an advisor by phone, is that doable? Can they book an appointment? So I think the answer is yes, and we'll make sure to connect the link, same thing. So you can go online and use a system called LibCall. We'll send you the link, as I mentioned, but you can totally connect with an advisor through Zoom or by phone to learn more. I don't know if the team has other questions in the chat or that you receive.
I think the other question was about how people can pay the program. So the program can be paid by credit card, through a Canadian bank account. If you are paying outside of Canada, we have a lot of information about how you can do that transfer or those international payments, check. So there are many, many options available. And as I said, we will generate an invoice for you to know when are those payments due. And over to you, Nancy.
Yeah, Thank you so much. I'll stop the recording here. Thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you team. And we'll just stay on for a few more minutes if people have questions, and always feel free to email us or call us if you need anything. Thank you, and we hope to see you on campus soon.